He's a self-proclaimed closet artist. He knows how to play the French horn, and he's originally a Jersey boy. I'm sitting down with Dean Frank Tweedie, the Dean of our College of Engineering and Design. Frank, thanks so much for joining us on the Dean's Corner.
Oh, it's great to be here, Lindsay.
Great. I want to talk about you first. I want to get into your background professionally, personally. So tell me a little bit about you. Where did you grow up? And tell me about that path that led you here to JWO.
Originally born in New Jersey, Jersey City. I come from a very large family of 12.
12 siblings.
Yes. 8 sisters.
Okay.
And I'll tell you a little story about that later. But, and 3 other brothers. Moved out to the Oranges. I attended Seton Hall Preparatory School out there. And when I turned 16, my father took us up here. His job transitioned him up to Rhode Island. I've been here ever since.
So what was it like growing up in a house of 12 kids?
Well, we only had 3 bathrooms. And having 8 sisters in 3 bathrooms, it just didn't work. So I got married first.
When did you know that you wanted to go into this field?
Oh, engineering. That's a funny story. I was like all young boys. I love to take things apart. Everything, anything I can find. Let's take it apart, find out what it was. And it was my father that told me that I had to go into engineering because he needed me to put them back together. They call me MacGyver today because I can do just about anything. I can fix cars, plumbing, electricity, you name it. So
you're the guy to have around. That's
what they tell me.
Good to know.
A lot of people have me on speed dial.
I was going to say, you yourself are one of 12. Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I have 2. I have a son. He's 37. In fact, he was born on my birthday, which is
very cool.
This Sunday. And I have a daughter who's 34. They're both married, and I have 2 grandchildren. Family is very important to us.
You studied undergrad at URI, right? Tell me about that and what you studied and where you went from there.
I studied mechanical engineering till I was maybe halfway through my junior year. I got kind of recruited out of there to find a job, but knowing that my father was the only one that brought the money in, it was a struggle because I had 2 sisters in college at the same time. And I said, I'll just get some money, help pay for this, and then I'll go back. Mm-hmm. Well, 14 years later, it was the pathway. The company I worked for was a German company that did motor control centers. And I was very interested in the programmable logic controllers, was the electronic side of the house. Mm-hmm. So I came here because I heard they had an electronics program, and then I finished up. It took me about a year and a half to finish up. Mm-hmm. And then I went into a master's program in education. It was more like instructional design and education because I did a lot of that at work. And I think that's the reason I said, I want to change and I want to teach. I want to come here and teach. So my first job here was the practicum coordinator, which was similar to internships. Mm-hmm. We had a repair shop in the old academic building.
Oh, cool.
In the basement, and I ran that, and a lot of the students came in and learned how to take things apart, put it together.
Exactly right up your alley.
Yeah.
You started out doing that hands-on work, and how do we still do that here, especially in the College of Engineering and Design?
I think that's a differentiator for us. We do have theory, but what we do is we reinforce that theory with allowing our students to apply it, roll up your sleeves, let's see if you can really build it, apply whatever your knowledge is into making something. The reason we have an innovation lab here is to support that creative side of our students from engineering, computer science, cyber, and in design. And I think that's one of the things our students leave here and they get to a job and they're like, yeah, you know how to do this. You've got those skill sets.
Mm-hmm. We're sitting in the Bowen Center for
Correct.
Innovation and Design, and tell me what the range of programs that we have, the range of things that students can study here in this college specifically, where we can see some of the design aspects right here behind us. What's that like, and what does that say about this college?
This is truly hands-on, if you want to think about it. We're sitting in our premier gallery space, which really promotes the work of our students in our design. And in that department, we have graphic design, we have product design, and we have digital marketing and social media. So in engineering, we have biomedical engineering, computer engineering, and electronics engineering. And then we have our computer science program, which has a couple of pathways. And then we have our cyber threat intelligence and defense program.
Now, those are 2 programs that you just mentioned that are really taking off, really being recognized here at Johnson & Wales. Can you talk about that specifically? Yeah,
besides the design program, computer science and our cyber program are our signature programs. We feel that our approach to it is, again, hands-on, but we give students opportunities to select pathways, especially in computer science, either going in the network side, software engineering, Or we have what we call a general pathway, which they can take finance or economics in line with their computer science. With our cyber program, that's a NSA Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity Defense Education. That provides our students with the government-approved, if I could say that, skill sets that are necessary out there to build capacity in that field. In the fields, they change so rapidly in computer science and cyber and engineering. The foundational theory usually doesn't change, it's the applications that change, and we have to always be innovative to keep ahead of the curve on things.
And that innovation and collaboration too, I think, is something that makes this college stand out so much.
Well, especially from the Innovation Lab and also our product design, they've been working with the PA program, they've been working with the occupational therapy programs. I know the design programs have been working with CFIT, like engineers will work with our designers with doing some devices that maybe PA is looking at with those PA students, and health and wellness and biology too. You know, biomedical is working with the biology students, and we look at it from taking theory and then really reinforcing that theory by applying it. And that sets them up to be comfortable when they hit their internship. So they know what their skill levels are. What the internships do is they give them validation that, the stuff I'm learning, I'm applying it, and they're saying, yeah, you're doing a great job.
Yeah. I want to have some fun with you and play a quick lightning round.
No problem.
Tell me what your favorite book or movie is.
Well, I'm a Tom Clancy reader. I read all of Tom Clancy, James Patterson. And one of my favorites is James Patterson wrote a couple of books with Bill Clinton. President's Missing, The President's Daughter's Missing. So I love reading that type of fiction.
What is your favorite place that you've ever traveled to or lived in? I'll give you the choice there.
Well, I've only lived really in two places.
Right.
So my
favorite place you've ever traveled to?
My wife is a difference. My wife was born in Hawaii, and she's a Navy brat, so she's been many places. But I was in Ireland for 10 days, 2 times, and in Galway, I loved it. And my wife and I like to travel. I think our best trip that we did, we drove, is up to the Canadian Maritimes. Cool. It was amazing. I would recommend that to anyone.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing to do in Rhode Island?
Go to the beach and play golf.
All right. Favorite golf course around the state?
Anyone. I play a lot at Chemawa with my brothers.
And what are you currently listening to or watching?
My wife and I have never seen Schitt's Creek, so now we're watching Schitt's Creek.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorites.
Oh, it's tremendous, and we binged Yellowstone and stuff like that. But I'm not a big sit around and watch TV because I'm antsy. I get antsy. I got to do something.
Well, speaking of, tell me what you're doing when you're not being a dean. What are some of your hobbies? We learned that you know how to play the French horn. You do some art. So tell me, what are some of your favorite hobbies?
I love working around the house. Number one, I love playing golf. When I was growing up, my kids were growing up, I coached every sport: baseball, soccer, traveling teams, you name it. I love working with the community just to make a help to make a difference. You know, did some work with Hope High School and their curriculum, so I just like giving back.
And what powers you here at JWU?
What powers me is the students. I've been here just about 30 years, and it's been a tremendous experience for me. I mean, I can tell you, every fall I get new students coming in, and I love to see them when they cross the stage at the end of the year with their smiles on their face, and their parents out there so proud. I'm just as proud.